Okay, so it crashed. No, I'm not waiting. So it crashed. Are you back? Who's back? I'm ground. See, there's like, it sounds like people moving. Is there not people moving here? That's weird. Okay. Ugh. Why am I grounded? Okay, so this guy. Oops. Excuse me. Oh god, this doesn't look fun. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, oh. Oh, I'm not strong enough for this. Oh, God. No. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's not very nice of you. Go ahead and heal up. I wish I didn't have to wait. Yeah. Don't turn around. Okay. With that, I did it. Hello? Anyone home? Probably should have checked beforehand. But whatever. Who cares? Wait, have I been here? No. Can I go in here? No, but I can look in here. There's stuff in there. I want to go. Nope. Nope. No, I just want to open the fucking can. That's all. Okay. What's this? Garden of Freedom. Okay. Join the Royal Defeat today. Ask Near's recruiting office. Okay, okay, yeah, whatever. bu- 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 Oh. I don't know. I don't know if she's here. She might be. I'm sure she has a lot to say. It says dead end. It's a dead end, once you know. Okay, so I could go up here. What's up here? It says keep out. Is this a safe place? Oh, hey, look, it's a safe place, but I don't think I can sleep. I need to, like, secure this area. I'll refill. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Can I not? What? Wait, did I already refill all? Okay. Can I make anything? I'll make... Actually, no, I'm not going to make anything. Just in case I need a certain thing. Because, like, look, you can cure for treatment for pneumonia, sepsis. I don't know what I need, you know? So we're going to wait. We're going to wait on that. What are you guys talking about? Oh, she's going to put 0K. Just so you know. I spoiled it for you. I'm not going to sleep because I'm worried that, like... Ow, fuck, my foot. Is that looks like a okay. It doesn't look like a 0K. Oh. Is this where I need to go? Or do I need to go this way? I don't want to have to go that. Look at that guy. He's like level 12. Yeah, he's 10. This guy's 12 too. They don't look fun. So we go this way. Instead. Oh, hi. Didn't notice you there. I wonder what level you are. You're level 10. Why didn't... Ow, fuck off. Seriously, there's no tell for that, or at least I don't know the tell. Okay. Come here.
This is despicable.
What is despicable? Influenza frequently complicated with pneumonia. Depending on any case of Spanish flu, stay at home. Okay, so they're all down there. We don't need to go down there. Pretty sure we just need to go... Are they... Which way is he facing? Oh, he's facing towards me.
Stay back, sir.
Okay, sir. I will stay back. Give me a second. Ah. Ah. Whoa. Whoop. Oh. Oh, he doesn't look fun. Ah. Oh, don't catch me on fire. Ow, that hurt. Ow, fuck off. What? Oh, gosh. Stop. Oh, gosh. Ow, stop. Stop shooting me. Really? Really? You're able to just follow me as I blink around like that? Look at this. This guy, he knows. Oh, fuck off. There. He's dead. Okay, now I can see whatever comments you're doing. You said motherfucker. Oh, Jesus. Let's just get the rest of my health back. Might as well, right? I could kill those guys. I feel like I should, but I don't want to risk it, you know? And I just gotta go right here too, anyways. Oh, I got monies. Let's go up here. Suppose I do. Well, this is locked.
It's locked.
So well, that doesn't help then. Why would I go up here then? Okay. Yeah. Ooh. I don't want to do stage voice.
It's locked, all right.
I have to get on the other side. Do you think that one of these guys has a key? You think that's what they're trying to say? Like, reach White Chapel. Can I go through here? No. Is it this way? Oh. Oh. I'll touch voice like this. Fine, I did the stitch voice, you happy?
Neighborhood is linked
We'll stitch.
somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Petrescu fellow. I thought he got eaten by the werewolf. Was I mistaken about that? I meant Whitechapel. It was another route. You are correct. You were right. And yes, I did the stitch voice. Poaching rations from the sick boy. You just keep drinking, you collapse, derelict. I can't. How? I must have super hearing. Well, I am a vampire. Sir. You still alive? No, he is dead. Oh, what happened? Follow dangerous. Okay. Alright, sir, are you alright?
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
Let me see if I can see your guys's. So, do I do this? No. How do I do this? There we go. Hey, her name's Karma. Maybe confused with someone else. What you did was innocent.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Shut off, mister.
You don't want to
You ain't
fight
got
her.
no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
You're not very nice. Back. Nope. Personal questions. Nope.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Oof. Alright, so I mean...
Goodbye, young man.
I'll not die in some piss stinking alley reeking worse than a weak old lavvy.
No, I don't want to do that.
Sick and suffering.
Benjamin Palmer. Hey, stop.
Someday you'll understand.
Boots will be proud of me.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best
You
thing
guys
to do,
behave.
wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go. No family that would welcome you.
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
A kind lady.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills.
She isn't.
It's coming up roses.
She's right. Okay, so your life in London, okay.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. It's just a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Don't. But she's a real I've met her.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just faked me last nerve.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked
You
me
two
up.
behave.
Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
Okay.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Oh, who's that? Mrs. Who are you?
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Your life in London.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of alcohol?
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Huh, nothing like what you do as a snake oil salesman, but whatever. Yeah, but she won't ever tell you. Personal questions.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems
Be
she
nice,
provides
Karma.
some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some
My
sort
son,
of scam,
Karma,
if you
not
ask me.
Karma. I like how she talks about scams.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough.
Actually, I wanted to check what her...
Talk again.
Whatever, I don't need to check her health, I guess. I can just... She's healthy. He has a migraine, so he needs a cure for... Wait, what? Are you still Ben? It's still Ben?
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money. When science fails you, this
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
A gun,
Yeah.
alcohol, and a
whatever.
bad temper make
That-
a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
I don't want to listen. Who cares? So he has a migraine. I need a cure for a migraine. Whoa. Actually, I do want to look at that. Okay, so he has fatigue. He needs treatment for fatigue. Okay. Where else can I go? Those are rats. Is there more people somewhere? So I need treatment for fatigue and treatment for migraine. So far. There's blood here. Am I safe here? We got a ring. No. Boop. Come on. Oh, you think that someone comes up here? They sure do. Look at that. Who are you? There's people in here. I can. Okay. I'll have to respond to you in somehow. I can't just say it.
I have this thirst for blood.
Alright, give me rat. Come here.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Shut up. You don't have to talk every time I eat a rat. Don't judge me. You guys say something that... Here, I'm looking at the comments in... Oh, yes, my love? There you go. Now I can see it.
Let your guard down, sir.
Hello,
Welcome,
sir.
Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis.
You said
Usually
Quinn.
don't
I
have
said
time to
yes,
wait
my
for a
love.
talk, but at this hour of the night, I can hardly refuse.
Why do you keep calling me Quinn? I don't even know what he said because I was listening to you. Well, I can read his
How is business?
how's business?
I had no business. Between this racket, theft,
but
and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Because you can't what? So Peterson's trying to put him out of business. Is that what he said? What did he say? Guys, I need to pay attention. I don't
As
say
a
anything out of
merchant,
order.
you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Okay, so I can go get that box of loot.
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
They're probably skulls. R1, he's healthy. Back. Nothing.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
What do you mean? It doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about?
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Okay. I feel like that's good, though. I feel like that means you're an asshole. Okay, I guess...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Okay, so wait, what we got? Stop. I don't... No! Why is that the button? I need to change that up. So he's unhealthy. He needs stuff for his migraine. He needs stuff for fatigue. Joe Peterson. Oh, okay. No.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Okay, so...
Cheap price, good quality.
Oh, Joe Pearson's right here.
Excuse
You
me,
peeing?
sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Ooh, scary.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Drama. I love you too. Good night. Is it personal questions? No? I've asked all these? Okay.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
So you could be the person that I kill. We shall see. Oh. Okay. Ooh.
Where's my money? Either pay, one way or another. You're late. Where's my money?
I feel like, I mean, he regrets being what he is. So, like, we shall see. And how am I only mesmerized level 1? Do I have to, like, level up my mesmerize? I don't understand. Like, that's no bueno. This is where I had to go, apparently. Isn't there someone in this building, though? I swear there was someone in this building.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Hold on. Wait.
No one's there.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
Well, you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition. What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world.
Quite a judgment.
Well, you are...
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning... cleansing of this city.
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad. And dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I send him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Soon the time will come when you will all be judged for your sins. Even
Excuse
now,
me,
you
sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
If no one stops it, this epidemic could turn into a scourge. It may kill more people than the war itself.
Yes, this is another kind of war, but just as deadly. History will judge us all for what we did and what we did not.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
I must confess, some of my rational views have been shaken by recent events.
I'll remember to stay away from the district's roughest streets then.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nithercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nithercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Very well. Goodbye, then.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed. Or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? or about poverty, or anything else you have never suffered from.
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me, then? Okay, then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough, like... well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
This place is awful, I agree. But does that not mean your situation can only improve?
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So,
I'm not...
Goodbye, young man.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world? Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
It's locked.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose... Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
It's never easy to find a new path in life, especially after the loss of a loved one. But crime is certainly not the best option.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What troubles him exactly?
But despite being his father's son, almost come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
I know it's hard to believe, but this district has always been wretched. Don't let your guard down.
I have this thirst for blood.
So you only hurt people because you care about me? Is that it?
Don't be such a brat. I do what I must to provide us with food and medicine, that's all.
Mum would never have let you bully an old friend like Mr. Lewis. Shame on you.
Harry, I'm your father and I love you. But don't you ever speak to me like that again.
What? You're gonna beat me too?
Jesus. Give me patience.
It's locked, all right.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell. Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reed?
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
You again? What do you want this time?
Why is your relationship with your son so difficult?
Harry and I are so different. Sometimes I wonder if he's my own blood. Seems he's ashamed to be my son.
Why not change that, then? If you used your strength to do good, perhaps Harry wouldn't feel that way about you.
How dare you tell me what I should or shouldn't do with my boy? Who the fuck are you to interfere like that?
I mean no harm to your family. But if you want my advice, this is no place to raise a child.
No matter where we live, Harry will always be sick and frail. At least here, I'm respected. And no one will ever dare touch him.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Since the criminal nature of your
job means you could be arrested. Are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now, and people won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak, and there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Goodbye.
I know it's hard to believe, but this district has always been wretched. Don't let your guard down, sir.
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Sure. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
You and your father have a difficult relationship, Harry. Tell me, did he ever hurt you?
No, never. My father can be brutal and rude, violent even. But he never touched an hair on my head.
What is going on between you two, then?
It's his job, if you can call it a job. He bullies people. Men and women we know, like poor Mr. Lewis. It's just not right.
Would it ease tensions with your father if he got an honest job? Because he tried, you know.
I can't say. I'd be glad if he dropped his thuggish activities. But I'm not sure it would be enough.
Why is that?
Sometimes I suspect it's me, Dr. Reed. Or it's this life. It's like I can't find my place.
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial. All your problems, as long as you have the money. Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.